Hey guys, today we are back in the Uintas. Of course, I know that's shocking, but we're hiking up to Bench Lake along the Notch Lake Trail. If you saw my video last fall, I hiked to Notch Lake and then I went for a day hike the next day and stumbled across Bench Lake, so I thought I would camp there tonight. This is just a pond, but isn't it beautiful? It's just amazing. That's the kind of place that, you know, if Joe could join me. It's been several months since we've been able to get together, and I think he would really enjoy this. This is just absolutely beautiful. Sometimes I feel like he's right here with me, even though he's way up in Idaho doing his thing, living his life. He can't always drive all the way down here. It's like a 7-hour drive. It's only 2 hours for me, so sometimes I just feel like he's right here next to me. Okay, so this is Clegg Lake. This is first lake we come to, and Dean Lake is next before we get to Notch Lake, and then Bench Lake. So we're going to pass 4 lakes, and this is the first. There's some crazy girls over there taking pictures and being loud, but sounds like they're having fun. Last time I was here, there was a whole family camped right here, and I was going to camp here, but they were so loud, and there were like 10, 15 people, and they were all drunk and talking about NASCAR, and I just couldn't stay here, so I moved on and I camped at Notch Lake. This time we will bypass Notch Lake, go straight on to Bench, and hopefully nobody's there. Well, Joe wanted to be here, but he had work obligations. We tried to do it before too, where he was going to meet me up here, but he also got called into work, so unfortunately he's not, but I can feel him here in spirit. Yeah, it's like he's right here beside me. Sorry you couldn't make it, Joe. Sometimes when I'm up here hiking on a trail all by myself, it's almost like I can hear Joe's footsteps next to me. I can hear him hiking beside me, and it comforts me. It makes me feel like I have some companionship on the trail, you know? It's so strange. I'm gonna have to tell him about this when I get back, because Joe wanted to come on this trip pretty bad, and he felt bad that he couldn't make it. I'll have to tell him, dude, believe me, you were there with me in spirit. It's getting kind of windy, but this is usually full of water. I've just passed Notch Lake. There's someone camped where I usually camp up there, so I won't bother them, but Notch Lake is right up over this ridge, and it is incredibly low. More signs of the drought that we're actually in. It's pretty crazy. I'll see if I can get a better view of it a little further down the trail here. So there's the notch for which Notch Lake is named, and that's all there is to it. It's usually way up here, and that lagoon over there is full, and last year I had to rock hop out there to that bigger rock to get water, and now you could just almost walk to it. So it's pretty low. A lot of smoke and clouds, combination of both. Coming from California and Oregon wildfires. If you saw my Notch Lake video last year, I took a day hike up here and didn't know that Bench Lake was here. But we have arrived. And the campsite that I really liked when I came here last time was right over there at the end. And no one is there. So that, my friends, is home for the night. Okay, so we're at the campsite now, getting ready to set up. I've got a sweet spot back here, and man, I can't wait to spend the night. It's looking a little dark and cloudy, so hopefully it's not like my last outing with all the lightning and thunder and whatnot, but sometimes these thunderstorms just blow over up here. Last time it was a full-on monsoon storm, so that shouldn't be happening this time. Anyway, man, I wish Joe was here. He would love this. He would absolutely love this setup. In fact, he said, I think one time he said he freaking camped here, and a boulder came down off the mountain and almost hit him, so it's too bad he couldn't make it. Joe? Joe!
Steve!
Hi!
Hey, what are you doing?
Look at that!
Oh.
I had no idea.
Oh, I'm on camera too?
Yeah,
Oh,
Joe's here, guys. Yeah. It's Joe. Joe Shanks.
I didn't even see Steve here.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
From Joe Shanks Adventuring.
It's funny because one of the last times I saw Steve, I was not here.
Yeah. Weird, huh?
But I saw him here in a video.
Yeah. Yeah, so
altitude sickness.
If you don't have anything better to do, you want to camp here with me?
Sure.
You know,
my gear's just over there.
It's funny to come all the way up here in the wilderness and just bump into each other.
Yeah. This is true.
All the way from Idaho.
It's funny.
You know?
And my backpack is blue. The one I have is blue this time.
It is.
So.
Look at all this gear. I wondered whose this was. I just thought someone abandoned it and I was just going to take over the camp.
Yeah, you probably saw me looking around. I was looking for my stuff.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
I was a little confused.
It was hard to see it.
Yeah, and I sat down on some ants or something.
Yeah. You know what they say? If you get ants in your pants, it makes you do the hula dance.
That's right. But fortunately, I don't have a hula with me.
Yeah. Usually people break out in the hula, but you didn't. It's amazing. You must have an immunity.
I mean, I could still try. Or is that the hula hoop?
Kind of the same thing. You just need the coconut bra.
That's what I'm missing.
Anyway, okay guys, obviously Joe is here. He's been hiking with me the whole time. No. I know you're shocked. This is a special camp out. We finally got together to do something, not just finally got together, but for a very special camp out. Yeah. This is the double Spitfire camp out at Bench Lake.
Yeah,
now what does that mean? Both of us, when we first started backpacking, we bought a very popular tent it's super lightweight and just a fun little tent, really. But it's little. It's small, right? Wouldn't you consider it to be almost too small?
Yeah, it's as small as you can get and be comfortable, really.
Right. So it's called the Eureka Spitfire. I have one and he has one, and for what, 4 or 5 years now, he's been saying we need to do an outing where both of us bring our Spitfire tents and blah blah blah. And this is it, guys. We are making our dreams come true this very day, the Spitfire dream. So
that's right.
Right now we're gonna get camp set up, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be right here in this little grove. Joe's setting up just right over here. We can't have campfires. And here's the fire pit anyway. It's just more of a pile of rocks. Hopefully doesn't look like anybody's used it this year to me.
Not in a while.
Yeah. Okay. So we almost have the lake to ourselves. There are some backpackers over that way, up over the ridge. But this is Bench Lake. There are no fish in here, so we won't be fishing. And we can't cook on the fire anyway, and blah, blah, blah. So If you saw my Notch Lake video last year, you saw this. I explored it. And so we're combining two things here. When I saw this last year, I immediately thought of Joe. I thought this would be the epic place for us to hike into. It's not a bad hike. It's about 5 miles. You gain about...
It's about 3, correct? One way.
Let me look at the All Trails app. Oh, that's right. That's out and back. So it's about 2.5 miles in, roughly. And then another, you know, it's a 5 mile out and back trail. So we only gained about 500 feet in elevation. There was a lot of downhill too. So when I first saw this last year, I was like, we got to camp here. And Joe told me he's camped here before, and I'll let him tell that story a little later. It's a pretty interesting story, actually. His experience not only at Bench Lake, but in this very campsite, correct? You were camped here, right?
Yeah.
In this site. Yeah, he has an interesting story about that. I'll let him tell, but in the meantime, I'm gonna get this pack off and we're gonna get set up. Joe's already ahead of me. So camp is set up, and before I give you a tour, I'm gonna go get some water. I have another liter, but I'm gonna need more. So I've been doing the treatment with tablets thing all summer instead of a water filter, and that's what I'm gonna continue doing. There's a duck over here. A freaking duck at 10,000 feet. Look at that guy swimming around. It's a female duck. She's right there. She's having a good time though. Anyway, we do not have a free-flowing stream anywhere nearby that we can find. So we're gonna have to drink lake water this time, which isn't my favorite. Yeah, it seems like the flowing water tastes much better than the, well, you know, stagnant water. There she goes. She flew clear to the other side of the lake. I scared her. I didn't mean to. I'm probably just going to stand on these logs and dip down in this water. It looks pretty clear, and then I'll use the iodine and the clarification tablets. When this backpacking season's over and I've, you know, used the tablets all season, I think next year I'll switch to the drops instead of the tablets. People seem to really like those. And I'm not going to worry about a water filter next year either. I've been pretty happy without one, so no worries there. There you have it. It actually looks clean, but I ain't going to trust that. Let's turn it brown with some iodine.
Outdoors palette.
Here are my tablets.
Have you had an MRE with one of these in it?
I think I did once. It was a day hike I took.
Okay.
So we got treatment tablets and clarification tablets, half hour,
Okay.
and when that's done, 5 minutes.
Oh,
So this is the MRE I gave you.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you brought. I didn't even realize. I thought you were digging in.
The one you brought.
So I gave Joe an MRE,
Yeah, and it has.
a little present.
Yeah, which I'm very thankful for.
Camo tuna.
Isn't that great? And then it has some tortillas, and so there's going to be a whole setup just for that tuna. I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
It's
Pockets.
the Menu 21 tuna chunk light,
Yeah. Baked snack crackers.
water packed lemon pepper.
What else? Yeah, the tortillas. This will actually be good. Beverage base powder, lemon lime.
Nice.
That sounds pretty good.
That's like Gatorade.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Sterling Foods lemon poppy seed pound cake.
Oh, dude,
I'll eat that.
that
right
is
now.
heaven. I'm telling you right
You
now.
just eat it plain?
For an MRE, that is pretty sweet.
eating it.
Yeah, I just
Cheese
eat
spread, your favorite.
it. I wouldn't put the cheese on anything because it's evil.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise? Oh, to go with
Mayonnaise.
the tuna, right.
Oh yeah. mix
Tuna,
it up.
cheese, mayonnaise.
Tortillas.
That makes
That's
sense.
the idea. I'm gonna eat this right now because I can just eat it as is.
Yeah,
Cold.
that's why I like them.
Great. That's a great gift.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. There's my clean water over there. That hasn't even been opened yet, but as clean as this looks, I ain't drinking it without treating it.
No way. Too bad we don't have a fire, and then we could just,
It'd be nice. It sounds nice.
you know, and have our treat our water that way if we want.
Yeah.
Actually, I do want to do the spaghetti, so I won't eat that today.
Yeah, it's totally up to you when you eat it. That's just a present.
Oh, I think. The pound cake, though, that's getting pounded right now.
Gonna pound the cake.
Poundage.
That's the last of that bottle. I've got one tablet left in there, but I have another bottle with me.
Okay. And I have a few tablets in a little bag.
Got plenty of these. Oh, you have some more too? I'm gonna try the drops next spring or next year instead of the tablets, because the thing is the iodine dissolves just fine, but these clarification tablets, they clear it up fine, but they don't dissolve very fast. It says 5 minutes or 3 minutes or something. They'll sit in there for a half hour undissolved.
I saw that in your video.
Yeah. So I'm thinking the drops a better option, but I'm going to wait until next backpacking season. See, the water is, ugh, my tarp went up my butt. So the water's brown already. That's the iodine. You would think it would come out of the lake like that, but it actually was pretty clear.
Yeah.
And who knows what was living in there. I can see floaties. Little organisms that want to devour my intestines and give me Montezuma's revenge. So I don't think so. We'll just let that sit for a half hour.
There we go.
And then we'll get back to clarifying it.
Oh.
In the meantime, I think I need a snack before we have dinner. So here's the official tour of camp. That's my tent underneath my Chill Gorilla tarp. This is the same tarp you saw during the downpour in the last adventure at Jewel Lake, and it held up well. I thought it leaked, but it didn't. It was just resting on top of the tent because it was so heavy with water. But nothing leaked. So it's a good tarp, and it's not very expensive. And I've got my Spitfire set up. So here's a different angle. We'll come in and take a peek at it. I've got the vestibule rolled back, so I've got my usual setup in there with my jungle blanket, sleep pad, Outdoor Vitals Airy 30. I don't even know if they make those anymore, but it keeps me warm. And a pillow and my down jacket and charging stuff and a lantern and just the usual stuff. There's the name of the tent right there. And over here, Joe's identical Eureka Spitfire tent. Double Spitfires.
I mean, who wouldn't want to copy Utah Steve Outdoors?
There's Joe's setup. You got a nice thick sleep pad.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
Or I'm not comfy.
Is it heavy?
No, a pound and a half.
Well, that's not
Even
bad.
that.
So I got Joe an identical lantern, but green instead of blue. Little present I brought him. So there's his setup. It's almost the same as my setup. Go figure.
Pretty close.
So
This whole time I've been stalking Steve for like 6 years.
yeah,
Trying to copy and imitate.
right.
Yeah. 'Cause he's my idol.
Yeah, I get that a lot. People comment, "You're my idol. I wish I was you." And I'm just like, dude, just be yourself, man. That's where it's at.
Be yourself.
Be who you are.
That's what Billy Idol did. And
Yeah.
look at the success he had.
Right.
Right.
So
It's true.
good example. Joe brought something interesting for dinner.
What did I bring?
He made
Here.
homemade dehydrated spaghetti.
Oh.
And he brought that. So I also have an MRE with me, of course. And I'm going to tear into that and see what kind of snacks are in it. Because all I have other than that is Cliff Bars and grits and drink packets. So I'm just going to tear into my MRE for the snack value. I may not even eat the meal part of it. I have no idea. I'm a little apprehensive about this MRE because I had a really bad one. One time it was a meat patty that was just nasty. I couldn't even finish it. I threw it in the forest. I don't even think animals would have eaten this thing.
Sounds pretty
Like
bad.
you could leave it in your tent and nothing is going to kill you in your sleep. So I'm just hoping it's not the same MRE that I'm thinking it is. So we'll open it, we'll examine the contents, and then I'll figure out which parts of it are going to be the snack. And by the way, our friend Bob Jr., of course, has joined us. He always does. All right, I have menu 19, beef patty, jalapeno pepper jack, steak hash. Okay, that's just another language. Who cares? MRE, United States Defense Department. So there you have it. Let's see what's in this. Even if I'm having spaghetti for dinner, I like to know what's in my MRE.
Indeed.
Got my little Mora neck knife with me.
What?
Little baby.
Very nice.
I like Mora knives.
I like more of them too.
Ah, there's a lot in here. Okay, so I'm still apprehensive. Do you see the shape of that meat patty? That looks just like the one I threw in the forest.
That looks sketchy.
I'm so glad you brought spaghetti. I have tortillas though. I can eat it with tortillas. There's some mustard and ketchup.
Put your spaghetti. Yeah.
What's in here? This is cherry blueberry cobbler.
Oh,
pretty sweet.
That has potential.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Beverage base orange type 3. That's just like a flavoring for your water. This is, ooh, they got the chocolate chip cookie. This is one of my favorites. These
Nice.
things are awesome. I got some M&Ms.
What?
M&Ms.
That's a bonus.
That'll make up for the meat patty. All right, then we got the spoon, the sleeve, and whatnot. This accessory pouch looks a little different than what I'm used to.
Excuse me.
Something else is in there that I'm not used to. What is this? Cheese spread with bacon.
Dude,
You know what? The bacon might make it worthwhile.
that might be good, Steve.
So, a meat patty with cheese spread and ketchup and mustard. What are they thinking, dude? Who's the
I
chef
don't
behind
know.
this?
That's a little trippy though.
Coffee, tea, creamer, wipes, sugar, not tea. I don't know why I said that. Toilet paper, gum, matches, the usual stuff in there. The only difference is the cheese spread with bacon was actually in the accessory pack. So that's everything. That's everything. What am I gonna have for a snack? You know I'm eating dessert first. We're going with the cookie.
Absolutely.
That's what my mama would want me to do. If she were here, God rest her soul.
That's right.
C's for cookie. It's good enough for me.
Always more cookie.
Want some? You know you do. Wow.
Is it hitting the spot?
Mm-hmm. I think all the chocolate chips are in one location. Look.
Fingers.
There's like none in the rest of the cookie there.
The employee just threw it all in right into the middle of it.
Yeah. If I can get this to focus. All the chocolate chips are just melted right there. The rest of the cookie is kind of barren. But who cares? This is amazing. I need milk. Do we have any milk?
No.
No?
That'd be perfect. We could get powdered milk for the future.
Should start doing that. That would be awesome.
Agreed.
So it's been a half hour and I treated my water with the iodine tablets, but it doesn't look right. It's turned orange. I don't know why. Weird, huh?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
usually
see it.
turns brown.
I didn't see a thing.
Has a very citrusy smell. That tastes like Tang.
Does it?
I'm kidding. This is the orange, little orange packet that was in my MRE. It sounded very refreshing. It's sugar-free, so it's thirst-quenching. And because it's flavor, I tend to want to drink it more than just plain water. Our iodine bottle is still fermenting over there, whatever you call it.
So if I can crash your party,
Yeah, crash my
I got my little
party.
gift that I brought for you.
Oh, Jill brought me a present.
And you guys will never guess what color it is.
Oh, that is awesome.
So,
Look
spoon
at
and
that.
fork that kind of slide together, and then you can turn one around to make a long spork out of it, end to end. Yeah.
Really? Like this?
Yes.
Oh, check that out.
I thought that might
Dude,
be
that's
useful.
the coolest thing ever.
Dude.
Thanks.
I saw it and had to grab it.
And it weighs like nothing.
Yeah.
That is awesome. This will be my official eating utensil of the camp.
I dig it.
I will set this aside.
See, isn't this nice? We can bring gifts for each other. It's okay.
I know.
It's enjoyable.
Well, we only see each other once every several months. Let me turn this.
Yeah.
We talk all the time. Probably text. We're on Facebook. We text all the time.
Yeah.
We keep in touch. He lives, what, 500 miles from me?
350 or
350?
Yeah.
I have no idea how far Boise
But
is.
it's a ways.
Yeah. So, you know, we just don't, we're not physically together very often.
Right.
Last time we were talking, and it's probably January, desert camp in January. It was January or
I
February.
think it was January.
Was it?
And really cold.
Yeah. And then before that, it was June of last year up here at Naomi.
Right.
And so it doesn't happen often. So there's a kind of a gift exchange thing that goes on. This is like a mountain man rendezvous, modern version, you know.
Bring some sort of camping.
Yeah, instead of giving him a bear claw necklace, I brought him a lantern and a MRE. So.
Yeah, you were the big gift giver on this one.
Well,
for sure.
I always feel guilty because Joe's a gift giver by nature. It just comes to him. He's in a story, he's like, oh, I know someone who'd like that. That's how you think.
I suppose.
And this sounds really selfish of me, but I don't mean for it to be. It just doesn't click. Not even with my own kids. I'm not at the store and I go, oh, my kids would like that. It just doesn't always. But if they're with me, of course, can I have that? You know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing. Like if we were hanging out together in like a sporting goods store, you know, it would come to mind more easily.
Sure.
It would be weird too, because Joe would be like, can I get that? And I would buy it for him. That's just weird. So,
but that's how it would go.
Right.
Because I want what I want.
Right. So this time I thought ahead and I thought, I know he's going to bring something. I know he is. And he did. Sure enough, Joe brought a present, not even knowing that I got him something. So this time I planned ahead. And he got the MRE and the lantern.
Yep. Yep.
So.
It was a good gig.
Yeah.
Both of us brought some joy to camp.
That's right.
Yep.
Camp Spitfire Joy. Joyful Spitfire Camp. This is probably getting cut out because it's not going anywhere. So this is Joe's gravity system. The Sawyer bag was hanging here and just draining. It was draining down by gravity through the filter. So he's got the water over there, kind of right there. And he's getting ready to do the spaghetti thing. You can see our water is quite brown, our actual water that I've been treating. It's about ready to get the clarification tablets put in. And so far, what I've eaten of my MRE, I had the M&Ms and the chocolate chip cookie. I kind of had the shakes, and I eat low carb, high protein all the time, so I haven't had sugar like that in a while, and it helped me feel better, but man, I'm not used to that. The M&Ms almost tasted too sweet to me because I'm just not used to that kind of sugar anymore. But it was nice to, when I come up here, I kind of throw the rules out the window and have fun with the food and just enjoy being out here. I mean, how can you not? Look at that. That is Notch Mountain, and that is the Notch. And on the other side of that is, if you've watched my recent videos, there's a whole loop where you can hike to that notch and take in the view down below. When we first got here, the clouds were looking pretty threatening, and so that's one reason we didn't really film the setup. We just wanted to hurry and get everything set up in case of a downpour. But as you can see, typical Uinta rain weather, and it's kind of breaking up. These roll in every afternoon, and sometimes they do something, sometimes they don't. We actually heard thunder when we got here. In my last video at Jewel Lake, where I had to bug out during the rainstorm because the lightning was hitting the ground, that was terrifying. I'll be honest. But I went up into the Uintas knowing that a monsoonal storm was coming into Utah. And so that wasn't your typical Uinta thunderstorm. That was actually a full-on monsoon, thunder and lightning, rain and hail thunderstorm. And I probably, you know, I thought about not going on the trip because of the weather. And then I thought, it'd be fun to camp in the rain. It is fun to camp in the rain, but that wasn't just a rainstorm. That was like a freaking hurricane without the wind, if such a thing exists. Anyway, and Joe and I were sitting here at camp, and I keep hearing frogs over this direction. So there's either a frog in this little tiny pond, or more likely there's a pond right in there where they're probably hanging out. It was just one frog, but it's those little tiny ones that sound really big. I'm curious to know what's up there. And the camera, it's hard to tell, but there's a flat ridge right there. It almost looks like someone dumped rocks there and leveled it out on top. So I may or may not climb up there in the morning. I'm not sure. I am going to do some exploring around here. And Joe is going to, if he sleeps good enough tonight, he said. So it just depends on how his sleep goes, whether he'll want to or not. I feel a lot better now that my blood sugar's raised. I'm looking forward to dinner with Joe. And there's a steady breeze blowing. It's pretty chilly. I had to put on the flannel. And honestly, I'm looking forward to bedtime when I can lay in my warm tent with the wind being blocked, because it kind of wears on you after a while when the wind's just constantly like hitting you. Yeah, after a while, you don't realize how much it's annoying you. If that's kind of funny to say, but you climb in your tent where the wind is blocked, and it's almost like, that's better. So it's true. It's one of those things. I'm not anxious to go to bed. I'm just looking forward to climbing in there and not constantly feeling the cool breeze on me. What would you say the temperature is? Joe's really good at this. Oh. He can. My friend here has a talent. He's learned this from years of being a truck driver. He can put his hand out the window, and I've seen him do this, and feel the air. I saw you do it on the way up.
Touching the windshield, wasn't it? That's what I normally do.
I don't know. The one time he did it with me, you stuck your arm out the window, you felt the air, and you said, I'd say it's about 65 degrees. I checked, and it was.
I can usually get it within a couple.
Yeah.
Just depends.
He's incredibly accurate. It's crazy. I don't even know what time it is. It's 7:30.
7. See, I'm not good at that. But I would say, I would say this is maybe, it's windy though, it makes it tough.
Yeah.
But this might be like 67.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And I trust that. He says it is, then that's what it is.
I have my gauge.
He's checking his thermometer.
Let's see. What do we got?
He thinks it's 67. It's is
65.
66. Unbelievable.
Oh, 66. There we go.
Unbelievable. See what I mean?
Isn't that weird?
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
Like that's what it is. All right, cool. See, if I were to guess, I would say it was in the 50s right now because I feel cold.
It's so chilly. Sure.
Yeah. Strange.
Maybe I should be on that show with people with superpowers.
Yeah, you should.
I can tell it's temperature.
Yeah. I'm hearing some people having a good time at that end of the lake up in the trees. Oh, I can see them. I can see them moving right in there. And Joe said that there's a campsite up in there as well. This was the one we wanted, though. I wanted to come here. Joe has camped here. Again, I'm going to let him tell that story, but in the meantime, he's getting things ready for dinner. We'll check in on that in a little bit, but here's where I think the frogs are. That little pond right there. Yeah, this is perfect. They like to come up and sit on the grass that's floating on the top of the water and croak. They should be winding down for the year pretty soon. They will fall silent until next year. When you walk up to them, they don't necessarily dive under the water, but they'll just sit really still, and they're about the size of a quarter. They're very tiny, but they are loud. Speaking of the year winding down, today is August 14th, year of our Lord 2021. We're just here for one night. We tried to make this a two-nighter, but I was unable to get an extra night off because everyone at work had already requested it. Otherwise, Joe could have done 2 nights, which is more worth the journey for him in a sense because he drives down here from Boise. It's a 7-hour drive from Boise to the Uinta Mountains. So it was very good of him to come down, and I'm going to, in the future, return the favor and drive up there, and he can show me some of the mountains up there. Looking forward to that. And I can be Idaho Steve for a weekend or whatever. You can see that flat platform. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's fascinating to me. I want to know what's up there, but I'm not sure if I want to climb that. It's massive. Anyway, the backpacking season starts winding down about now. My kids start school in about a week and a couple of days. Then we'll be into that whole routine. But I'm still going to get up here as much as possible before the weather turns. It can snow up here in September, you know. We can have freak snowstorms up here in August, but it doesn't happen often. So it just depends. I'll keep coming up here as much as I can, different places, showing you this beautiful country. But once the weather changes up this high at this altitude, it's not a matter of it might get rainy. It's a matter of it snows up here first, and then back home where I live, it's where it rains. And we had such a light winter last year that we're in a drought this year. And I really am, as much as I hate to see my favorite place in the whole world, the Uinta Mountains, buried in snow, which takes it longer to melt in the summer. We need the water pretty bad, so hoping for a significant winter. But this was a much needed outing for both of us. We've talked about it for months. We had one scheduled in July, and Joe got called in to cover someone's shift, and so he had to cancel. And I ended up going solo. So it's nice that we were able to work this out. So Joe was going to tell the story about what happened when he camped, not only up here at Bench Lake last time, but in this very spot. And where was your hammock?
Pretty much right here.
Right where he is.
Yeah, so one of the trees this is on. And yeah, pretty much the same one.
Yeah. So what happened when you were up here last time?
Oh man.
When was it?
This was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So this coming October it will be 3 years. But this is nothing that amazing. It's not like I had a chill gorilla come by or Bigfoot. But no, I was camping here and it was windy. There were a lot of thunderstorms coming through, and I was camped again just right here. And so I had a little fire burning, so it was blowing the smoke my way. But I wanted to go to sleep with some comfort. You know,
Uh-huh.
backpacking alone is always feels a little funny to me.
Yeah.
But so anyways, thunderstorms were coming through, and unfortunately I stayed dry, but I didn't sleep much that night. But about 2 a.m. I hear this just boom, 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 and just echoing around this canyon, and it's one of these big boulders over here coming down the mountain. And then after that, it was kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
You know, like
Kind of put you on edge
yeah,
a little
more
bit.
going to come down. Like when you look around the edge of this forested area, and even in here, you know, like there's some big rocks that at one point probably made it over here.
Yeah.
But I was just hoping these trees would be enough. But fortunately, it didn't come my way. But man, lightning strike, rain, fire,
Yeah.
stone, brimstone, whatever.
You experienced it all.
Fire.
You were in hell.
Water.
That's what you're describing.
But it was quite the adventure. So I hardly slept that night, but
Yeah.
it's all right. It was worth it.
Yeah.
You know,
But you stayed
coming
the
in.
night.
Yeah, I stayed the night.
Yeah. For some reason, I was under the impression you bailed. That must have been another outing.
That was another trip with the Spitfire.
Really?
Yeah, up by Wall Lake.
Okay.
And I was using one of the bags I have now that I thought was good to 40. And
Uh-huh.
it was one of my first down bags, so I didn't know how warm it was.
Right.
But on that trip, I just had that, and it got down to 40, and it was a 55-degree bag. So I
Oh.
just froze my butt off. So
You're
I
just
got
too
up,
cold.
yeah, so I got up at 4 a.m. on that trip, and I had some peanut M&Ms with me in the tent. So I ate those. They got me warming up. I started a fire. You could have a fire right then. And then what did I do from there? Oh yeah, I just packed up and left and hiked the mile back to my Wrangler.
Was it dark?
Yeah, it started to get light when I got to my Wrangler.
Oh,
it was
wow.
like 6:15 in the morning or something.
Wow.
And I think it was late spring, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But I get there and I left the lights on my Wrangler. I hadn't figured out yet or realized yet that there wasn't a fuse in the spot. I thought I'm a dumb butt sometimes, you know, where I don't think about things. But that whole time it didn't beep at me when I leave the light on because there wasn't a fuse in there. But
Yeah.
yeah, so then I had a dead car
Oh,
at
God.
6:15 in the morning, and somebody with a dog came running by. Real nice guy. Ended up being a Mormon bishop.
Oh.
He was down a mile down the road at Washington Lake. So he ran by me and said he couldn't help me. Sorry, he was a ways away. And then a few minutes later, he came back through, shaking his head. He goes, I just can't leave you here like this. And then he ran back to his car, came back, and jumped
Wow.
the Wrangler. Yeah,
That was nice.
that's a good story. I like to tell it because it kind of sucked, but at the same time, like someone had a chance to do a good deed.
Yeah.
And Mormons like to do service.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
And maybe he'll tell that, has been telling that story, you know, that he
Yeah.
didn't help at first and he knew he should have, and then he went back. And
Just
like
kept
that's how I
bugging
would
him.
think,
Yeah.
you know. But
Yeah.
you too.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That was a good story.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to talk that much. But
No, it's okay.
yeah.
That's what I wanted to know. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, yes.
changing the subject. What's happening with dinner?
Well, the water should be about ready,
Okay.
and we're going to have some spaghetti,
Awesome.
as long as I brought it. Because come to think of it,
Are
I
you
haven't seen it.
joking or
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh.
Oh no, wait.
is it in the pot?
Yes. Woo!
You're just like me when
I worried
I thought
myself.
I lost my glasses when I got up here.
Man.
I thought they fell out of my pack hiking in, and I had just put them in a different pocket than I thought I had.
Fortunately, I
Wow.
was worried for you. So
Wow, look
it's
at that.
actually gonna, when it's done, it's gonna just about fill this 2-liter pot. But we're gonna have to put about 36 ounces of water in there. I wrote it on there so I couldn't forget.
Yeah.
So I mean, this thing's gonna be
It's going to make
a
a
lot of
lot.
spaghetti, yeah.
Good deal.
Which
Sounds
we
good to
need.
me. Yep.
Right now,
Cool.
but it's pretty amazing. Like this was a big pot of spaghetti, and I took 35 ounces of water out of it. It's
Wow.
over 2 pounds. I
Yeah.
just think that's really cool.
It is.
This is only my second time doing this, so
So you've
Still
experimented
exciting.
with it before.
a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
And at home, so I've done it
Yeah.
at home a couple times too. But
All right.
yeah,
It'll be interesting to see how it goes.
hopefully it turns out okay. We have the old spider stove out from Covia with some your typical butane cylinder. Is that showing up? Yeah, but I haven't done something like this before with a big pot of water with this stove. In fact, the stove hasn't made it out to the wilderness before, so this is actually kind of fun.
So do you get the water boiling first and then add that? What do you have to do?
You're supposed. The instructions are like, dehydrate it, do it, get your water hot, then do it for 15 minutes. Put it in for 15. But I'm just gonna put it all in to save fuel.
Oh, right.
And then we can check
Good
it as we
idea.
go, right?
It's not going to hurt it. It's just going to moisten it.
Right.
It just won't be super warm at first.
Right. But this shouldn't take long. Let's get a sporculator.
In the meantime, I'm going to drop a couple tablets into my brown water here.
Yeah, get it done. Oh yeah. I can just imagine this 15 minutes from now, Steve.
Is it going to be awesome?
I hope so. It does taste a little different when you rehydrate it, but
Yeah.
it's still, I think it's good. And up here,
One of my favorite mountain house meals is the spaghetti.
mine too. I wish I could have them, but this will be our new mountain house, at least mine.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll check on you later.
Well, there you have it. It's nice and clear. Clean water for the partaking of. So we are getting really close. The daylight is disappearing, but where did I put my freaking light? I was just bragging about it. We'll put some light on the matter. Oh, not that much. Oh no, that works.
That works.
So there it is. It
It's
looks
coming
delicious, dude. That looks awesome.
There's just, yeah.
Doesn't look like soup anymore.
A little bit more water in the bottom that needs to be, yeah. Oh man, that's real close. Just a few
Awesome.
more minutes.
Can't wait.
Smells dang good.
Joe says it's done. And I got my blue cup ready to go.
Ready to rock.
Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Okay, how are we going to do this?
Do you have a spoon?
Yeah, I got my own.
You might. I don't know if it's bigger than this or not, but
Probably the same size. It's fine.
I'll kind of hold on to the pot while you're scooping best I can.
Alright. Oh man, that looks awesome.
It does.
That is impressive.
It takes some effort to do though, you know, in the end.
Yeah.
I think I'll make a whole bunch next time, and then I'll bag up, you know, quite a few servings. Oh yeah.
How much?
You can fill that if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, because we got it. I don't know what to do with the food.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't.
true. We have to eat it, don't we?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can't put it in a bear bag.
Nope.
I mean, you could, I guess, stick it in a Ziploc, but
Yeah, you could.
that's just weird. All right, one more.
Okay.
Nice and full. You can't see it. It's too dark, but... All right, guys. Man, that lantern's awesome, dude. I don't get many night shots. I need to use that more.
Yeah, that puts a nice glow on it.
Here we go. Joe's spaghetti.
Well,
You can't really see it, but want some? Mmm.
I mean, it's pretty close to the original,
Is it?
I think. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's good for up here.
Freaking eating hot spaghetti on a moonlit night. Well, half a moon.
Right.
Speaking of that, the moon is going to set very shortly. I'd say maybe in an hour or so.
Yeah. Maybe half a moon, if that.
Yeah, and there is a meteor shower
Oh,
going on right now. Yeah, it peaked last night, but it still should be pretty impressive, and it goes through like the end of August.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
And it happens every year at this time. Actually, it's happening all the time, but we can see it every year at this time.
Right.
I probably won't be able to film Jack, but it'll be fun to
At least we'll get to see
stay
it.
up and watch it. I've
Sure.
never actually witnessed a full-on meteor shower. Never.
That'll be extra fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of spaghetti in here, Steve.
This is good. This is awesome, dude.
glad. I'm glad you like it.
I haven't had spaghetti in a long time either, so it's especially good because, you know, when you don't have it for a long time, and it's like lasagna, you know. If you don't eat something like that for a long time, then you finally do, it's like amazing.
Totally.
And it's such a simple food to make too.
Yeah. And then once you've been hiking hiked in somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It just doubles it up.
Yep.
I had spaghetti the other night, but in general, I don't have it that much. This is a double treat.
Yeah. I haven't had any kind of pasta in ages because of what I usually eat.
Your diet.
Yeah. Anything starchy like that, I haven't.
Yeah.
This is like, I'm spoiled rotten. I've had candy. I've had cookies. I had a Cliff Bar, which, you know, is just not great, but it was okay.
Yeah. But they're all treats
Now
at this
I'm having
point.
spaghetti. I'm like, wow.
Woohoo! Then you get to sleep in a Spitfire.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome. Well, it's about 9:30 p.m. Joe's tent is nicely lit with his new lantern. Looks pretty cool in there. And then over here,
Remember the guy over
yeah, trying to, like, mine's a little dim because we've been using my tent lantern as a camp lantern as well. But dinner is over. Our tents are lit. And the moon is disappearing, and there will shortly be a meteor shower for us to enjoy. So the next time I talk to you, I'll probably be in the tent. Because all you can see is this right now. And Joe's face. That is Joe's face with a flashlight in his mouth. That's disturbing.
I haven't done that in a long time.
I got 1,000 lumens. I wonder what that would look like.
It looks like a pair of lungs lit up or something. That's pretty funny, Steve. Oh, it looks like an alien.
Well, I'm settled in the Spitfire. Joe is settled in his Spitfire. We sat out on the meadow for the longest time, just talking and waiting for this meteor shower that probably won't peak until 2 a.m. And it's about 11 p.m. So we're both kind of had it. We're tuckered out. We're old men. We're not staying awake until 2. And looking forward to a nice cozy night's sleep, hopefully. When we were out there, I had my own experience with Joe standing there, rocks tumbling down this mountain. It was kind of freaky. It was creepy. We're standing there and just heard this boom, 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 boom. Shine my light. No eyes or anything staring back at us. Just creepy rocks rolling down the mountain and making you feel uneasy. Anyway, it's time to go to sleep. So we'll see you first thing in the morning. Good night. Good night, Joe. Good night, Steve.
Construction?
Just like goof off behind me like you were talking about.
Right here.
Whatever you want to do. Just kind of wander around like you're not even aware I'm filming, but not yet. Wait until I start talking about camp, and I'll just say something like, man, Joe would love this. That's what I'll say. And then you just kind of wander in and start being whatever you want to be.